Hi, welcome to Truth with Tal and Isaac. I'm Tal.
I'm Isaac.
Episode number 53 coming at you. Super Bowl summary, NBA trade talk, yay! Top 5 sandwiches, top 5 ice creams. Two great topics.
Away from my mic a little bit.
Okay,
Just
sorry.
back up a little bit.
We're going to have to defer both of those topics again. Just, fans want to get involved in those, and we just have to defer. Because we got a lot to talk about.
Top 5 ice cream is a far better category than top 5 sandwiches. I just think that there's so much more variety and that's a better debate.
You haven't experienced enough good sandwiches, so that's
I am going to Julio's every night.
Oh, okay. So, you know what? That's a solid sandwich.
Yeah,
that's
shout.
a good one. Best 53 of all time. Donnie Drysdale, LA Dodgers, great.
I don't know any 53s.
Okay.
Maybe I played football with the 53 once.
Probably.
Maybe.
Why are we wearing suit jackets? Because it's cool.
We have money because it's cool. Is a good
suit
reason.
up.
Suit up. That's a reason. You were wearing one because you had business. I was doing my business communications homework.
Yep.
And also put on the suit jacket just while doing that so I could feel like a businessman.
Yeah, it's a good suit.
That's a true story.
And he's got a goat pin. For those of you that don't know how to do it, it's possible to zoom in on YouTube and see the goat pin.
It's Tom Brady's pin, actually.
Yep. And I've just got a nice little pocket square and a lapel flower. That's a shout out to Irvin Paul. Thanks for introducing me to the lapel flowers. Crazy rumor. Tigers are going to be buyers at the trade deadline, and they're going to trade for none other than Justin Verlander.
My rumor, the Nets are losing games, so Kyrie Irving plays away games during the playoffs because the Nets need him, and we'll talk a little bit about the Nets later on. I'm still not buying into them. I don't care how many guys they get.
They're poop. I don't care.
I didn't buy into them first time. Nope. I'm not buying in again.
Yep. So my watch just gave me a little reminder to say, take a moment to be mindful.
When?
Well, just now.
When did I ask?
Oh! This is being very mindful, but it's not a moment. It's like 30 moments. Being very mindful. Off the top stuff, NBA All-Star Game. Unfortunately, nobody cares about it. Like, it used to be cooler.
When was it cool? Like, because I don't remember.
God, Michael Jordan competed in the dunk contest.
So it would have been like the 80s, like late 80s.
80s, early 90s. Early 90s, yep.
Because when Magic got the MVP, that was pretty cool, right?
Yep, that was cool.
I can't remember watching an All-Star game.
Never in your life has it really been relevant.
Like, wow, look at this All-Star game. Like, the only thing I remember is, like, when Steph was Steph, like, when that started, he was just, like, shooting from half court during the All-Star game, and that was cool.
Yeah.
I think that's, like, all I remember.
Like, it's going to be dumb. Like, the Antetokounmpo, all three brothers are in, like, the skills contest, which is good because, like, Giannis is the only one that has skills, right?
One of them just fouls people when he plays. One of them I don't think plays.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Anyway, it'd be entertaining. The funny thing about the All-Star game is, like, there's all these snubs. Well, because of all the injuries, the snubs get to go in, right? Jared Allen, LaMelo Ball.
I like Allen.
DeJounte Murray. Make sure you pronounce that correctly. Right? You got to pronounce that correctly.
I just want to... I think I've said this take before. People don't know what snub means. Like when the
They don't know what snub means?
No. Like when the All-Star roster comes out, it's like, here are the 10 snubs. No, a snub is someone that's like, they should have been on over this person.
Yeah.
Whereas like people are just like...
Hey, here's the top 10. Here's 11 to 20.
No, it's like, Jared Allen... no, that's not... I think he was deserving. LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball is really good and has nice stats. And it's like, he got snubbed. Who are you going to replace him with? You're telling me he had a better season
you sit down Steph?
Tatum?
Like, what are you going to do?
Then Jimmy? Then, like, it just doesn't make sense.
Nope.
So, learn what a snub is, respectfully.
Okay. Olympics sucks. Russians cheat. Chinese cheat. I wish the Olympics were more interesting, but you don't care. I don't care.
I never have.
What about Summer Olympics?
No. I see Canadian flag. I want Canada to win. Yeah. But I will never be like, gotta go watch this event. I'm going to go watch the Pistons lose by 30 to Boston.
I heard somebody describe the Winter Olympics as, okay, guys flying down a hill on sticks. Okay, guys on their stomach on a stick. Guys inside of a stick.
Do girls get to participate or just...
girls get to participate.
Okay. Sounded kind of sexist there.
Well, no. Ice dancing. Come on.
Okay. Yeah, not a lot of dudes in ice dancing.
No, there's guys in ice dancing, I think. Isn't there?
I don't watch much, to be honest.
I don't know. Yeah. Well, couples ice dancing, like Tessa Merchu and Scott Moyer.
Yeah.
Yeah. You met them. NFL offseason action. It's going to be interesting to see what happens to all the QBs. Obviously, Rodgers, Murray, Wilson. Now some stuff about Wentz.
Yep.
Michigan basketball. Right now, they're like bubble. Like they may not even make it.
Keep moving. We'll make it. I don't want to talk about them yet.
Too bad. NFL is just going to be interesting to see. The Lions have 5 dudes in the top 100. Sorry, 5 people in case they draft the girl who kicked 1 extra point for Rutgers or somebody.
I'm saying no to this one.
Where'd she play?
Was it Purdue? I thought it was a black jersey.
No, it wasn't Purdue.
Because Purdue's good.
I think it was an East Coast team. Doesn't matter. So maybe the Lions could pick her.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So top 5. Yeah.
People.
Top people in the top 100. They better get 4 starters. Better. Wide receiver, defensive end, safety, linebacker, and then they can draft quarterback.
I'm okay with that.
But quarterback not in the first round.
Unless Malik Willis is on the board at 32.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, we'll do a bit on that later.
It's going to be super interesting what happens with next year. Like the AFC is jammed with teams that should make runs, right? KC, Buffalo.
What Bengals. Off the top is this? Let's just talk about the Super Bowl.
Okay. Talk about the Super Bowl. Pretty good Super Bowl.
Pretty good Super Bowl.
Lagged a little bit. Some very little offense. There was stretches in the second half where nothing happened. It was like 3 plays, 4 plays, 5 plays, punt. Joe Burrow, he had a good game.
Did not have a
spectacular game. Do you know what Bill Walsh said the most important thing in football is?
Probably defense.
A 4th quarter pass rush.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Now,
with that. There's a lot of.
We can call this a second half.
I would say a 4th quarter offensive line.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, like we called it. Both quarterbacks would have a good game, but the Rams' defensive line would beat up on the Bengals' offensive line. We weren't soothsayers by calling that. Like you did player prop bets for Miller and
hit on those.
Aaron Donald. Did you see him on the parade today?
Yeah,
we knew he was a truck. Oh my god, he looks like a bodybuilder. He's a truck.
I was a little higher on the Rams. I thought the Rams were going to win by a bigger margin.
Yeah,
mainly because I didn't think the Rams would average 1.9 rushing yards per attempt. Sean McVay, dude, just I understand you want to be cute and run the ball and they think I'm going to chuck it, so I'm going to run it, right? Dude, 1.9 yards and they kept going back to the run.
Now, I guess the question is, if OBJ doesn't get injured, then they completely abandon the run in the second half.
If OBJ doesn't get injured, OBJ probably gets Super Bowl MVP because they just kept going
toasting
to
him. And he was their difference maker because they were obviously putting a fair amount of attention on Kupp.
And when OBJ left, that's when kind of the offense lagged a bit, right?
Yep.
And then Kupp kind of disappeared
for a while. Well, they really didn't have, their running backs couldn't run and were not really good catching the ball to the backfield. Tight ends were okay, but they're not difference makers in tight end. OBJ's injured. Who's that Skitterlink guy? He's not very good.
Who
the wide receiver? I think 18 for
the
Rams.
the fake Cooper Kupp. We're allowed to say that.
Yeah, we're allowed to say that. He's not very
Cooper
good.
Kupp.
So I mean, Coop did a good job getting open. He was getting beat up a lot.
It's in the staff. People are now everyone's on the staff is tough train. We've been on that since
staff is tough.
2010 or whatever. Whenever they drafted him.
Yeah. You can call should the pass interference have been called on, I think Wilson was his name in linebacker? Yeah, but you could call them on all sorts of stuff. But there should have been offensive pass interference on a long one.
I had a quick take on the refs. Refs had a couple bad calls / no calls, but the better team won, and that's just got to be the takeaway.
And things, I believe, balanced themselves out.
Yeah, as balanced as all things should be, right? As Thanos said.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple.
Well,
you could have
kind
called
of balance
that.
in the force. I'd kind of go with that.
You could have called that. Aaron Donald was lined up in the neutral zone on a couple big plays, and there was maybe he went. It doesn't really matter. The Rams deserved to win. The Rams won. Yeah, sure. Did the refs miss a blatant Higgins face mask? Yeah.
Matt Stafford retires tomorrow. Hall of Famer.
100%. Yeah, I think
probably
at this
90%. I was listening to
Bill I said 100%.
Yeah, Bill Simmons a little bit today, and there was just some chat about him and controversy. I think it's close only because the last 10 years have been the best time ever to be a quarterback, and that's when Stafford's got a lot of stats. He needs to have a couple more.
What do national media guys?
Years.
I haven't listened to them talking about Staff Hall of Fame.
Debatable, right? And some of them are saying
we're not biased at all.
No, we're not biased.
It's not like we loved him forever. So.
No, Kelly is awesome.
Kelly. Did you see what she put on social media?
I did not see it.
Because like Sherman was bashing Stafford, saying he shouldn't be a Hall of Famer and all this nonsense.
I saw that.
Kelly was like, dude, he just got a ring. Like, get off his case.
Yeah.
And was just like, let us have this, pretty much.
I like when hot wives trash. Yeah. Like Justin Verlin's wife, super hot.
Yeah, Kate Upton.
Kate Upton. When he got ripped out of the Cy Young, she said, I thought I'm the only one who's able to bleep Justin Verlander.
I remember that.
Awesome when the hot wives rip on other people on social media. But in a smart, kind of creative way, not like a stupid Mahomes girlfriend, wife way.
So the Stafford trade that the Rams did has to be 100% validated now. Like, the Rams have to be, like, totally okay with what they gave up.
Absolutely.
And as the Lions, I'm not like, man, I wish we got another 4th rounder. Like, I don't care. We got
enough. And guess what? Really, with Stafford. So how many games did we win this year? 3?
Yeah.
With Stafford, we win 6.
Probably. Yeah.
Right. Like, actually, just like who's he throwing?
It depends. Nobody. No, we can play that. If Tucker doesn't get the luckiest bounce of all time, then there's right. Like.
Yep.
A couple other bounces, and the Lions are in the playoffs.
Yeah. Sure.
A couple. Like Look, the Rams are an interesting place. Lots of free agents. Donald's not retiring. He just wants more money, as he should.
What's to do with McVay? Like retiring?
McVay's not retiring either.
Whatever, okay.
I just wish I didn't read because today, McVay potentially retiring, Donald potentially retiring. Neither of those are happening. There's no way. If McVay retires, he's going to go straight to Tony Romo and do Tony Romo stuff, and he'll be good at it.
Yeah, but isn't he still like 37 or something?
36, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he's retiring.
No.
And Donald is just doing this to get more money. Those who don't know, like his contract is like I think
he signed it 3 years or so ago when he was maybe the highest paid defensive player. Now there's
next year. I'm pretty sure he's like the 30th most expensive defensive player, maybe player. But he's not making a ton relative to what's the Watt in Pittsburgh, T.J. Watt.
Yep.
Not T.J. Watt's making way more. Bosa's probably making way more than that. So Donald's just doing this to get some money, as he should.
Yep.
I don't think rings really matter when you look at all-time defensive players. I don't think. I think that's a quarterback
agree. I think it matters a lot if you're a quarterback. If Donald retires today, he's a Hall of Famer, no doubt.
I think even if he loses the Super Bowl, he's still a Hall of Famer.
I agree.
I don't think that's that big.
But Stafford loses the Super Bowl and retires, he's not a Hall of Famer.
Probably not, but it's still close, I think.
Yeah.
Cup MVP doesn't feel right.
We talked about it. I mean, honestly, 4 people could have been MVP. Cooper, Stafford, Donald, or Joe Burrow. I mean, Joe Burrow played his ass off.
Yeah, I was disappointed when I found out that Cup got MVP. It just didn't feel right.
We assumed it was Stafford at the end of the game.
I assumed it was Stafford. It's not that I dislike Cooper Cup. It's just like he disappeared for a large stretch of the game. And I'm not saying that's his fault. I'm saying like Cincinnati did a lot. And then when Cincinnati's like, let's put him in single coverage with Eli Apple.
Good call.
My
God, the NFL players usually don't roast on other NFL players.
I wasn't sure. Did you see that?
I did.
Okay. Look up Eli Apple, just like what
people are saying about him. NFL dudes roasting him.
Like Rashad Bateman, the Baltimore rookie receiver, just tweeted Apple emojis. Like, didn't say anything. And then everyone's just calling him burnt toast, right?
Yeah.
It's not good. Like, on the Cup game-winning touchdown, I was watching the game. It is not good when a moron like me, sitting down watching, can say, looks like they've got Cup single coverage at the top of the screen.
Yeah, you did say that. I'm like, are they shifting the safety over? No, it didn't happen.
So it's not, I'm just saying, it's not a good sign.
So Cooper juked him out of his jock strap and was open.
I don't really understand. Back to the Bengals coaching, there's some goofiness. This is a good stat, actually. They had 4 third/4th and 1s. Right? So they faced 3rd and 1/4th and 1 4 times.
Okay.
How many times was Mixon on the field for those plays? Those 4.
2.
0.
Wow.
It was Samaje Perine on the field in place of Joe Mixon. I don't totally understand that at all. Like, I get...
What, did Samaje Perine get the ball in any of those plays?
At least 2.
Really? So
right? The 3rd and 1 where they ran it and they got stopped.
Oh, 3rd and 1, sorry. The 4th and 1, they obviously did the end around to Coop.
That's a different team. The Rams have Cooper Kupp, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
The Bengals have the other guy.
That's true.
Look, I don't understand putting the Samaje Perine in over Joe Mixon. Like, that was a lot of one that people were saying.
They should at least play Evans because he's a Michigan guy.
Chris Evans did get some run, which is cool.
Yeah. He's going to be a starter in the NFL.
And they got stopped on the 4th and 1 right around midfield, right? And that's when Odell got the touchdown on the Rams drive.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
it led directly to a Rams touchdown, and then the last one, it ended the game.
Yeah.
The Bengals, what did we say? We said they don't have the bodies to run with Kupp and Odell, and they don't have the bodies just to run with Kupp, evidently.
No, listen, everybody knows they need at least one more offensive lineman, probably 2. They need another DB.
I think that's what...
If
you look at their team, they got to revamp their O-line, which the Chiefs did in an off-season. Like, it's not hard to build up an O-line.
You draft a dude, you pick a free agent, boom, there you go.
Yeah, maybe they don't want to pick up an O-lineman 31st overall and they try to ship that to the Lions for Taylor Decker. Maybe that happens. I would take that.
I don't think that. No, I need that.
No, because then you get 31 and 32 and then second pick in the second round. So you get 3 out of 4 picks there in the draft. So you can pick whoever you want.
If you're giving up Taylor Decker, you have to take this year's first and
don't be dumb.
At least another second.
I don't think the Bengals do that. And the Bengals shouldn't trade their first, I don't think. They're not win now. I don't think they're win now.
I agree with you because what's going to happen? They need to hope that Casey loses some guys. Tyreek Hill does something stupid and gets kicked out of the league.
Justin Herbert, they need to hope he doesn't become who I think he's going to be.
Yeah, they need to hope that the 2 wide receivers, Williams and who's the other good wide receiver?
On what team?
With Herbert. Chargers.
Oh, Mike Williams and Keenan Allen.
Yeah. So one of them is a free agent. I think it's Williams.
Williams is, I believe.
He goes away, and then Keenan Allen injures his knee or something, so then he doesn't have a lot of targets.
I think I touched on everything I wanted to on the Super Bowl. I don't think the Bengals go back next year. I just think a lot of things worked out for them too.
I think they make the playoffs, but they're not a high seed. They won a lot. They won like 7 close games this year.
I would think they're going to win that division, but people pick them.
Who's in that? Baltimore.
You got Baltimore and you got
Pittsburgh's
Cleveland.
going to be poop.
Pittsburgh sucks. You got Cleveland though, and
who knows with Cleveland?
Right?
I mean, they got tons of talent, but they're not going to get another quarterback.
But I really like
Baker again.
Oh, this is a good takeaway I had. This is the last thing I got on the game. In the fourth quarter, going into the game, I'm like, I want the Rams to win. But I'm like, I like Burrow. I like the Bengals. Mm-hmm. And about halfway through the fourth quarter, I'm like, I know who I want to win. Whoever has the ball. Seriously, right? If Burrow has a chance to go down and win the game, I want him to. If Stafford does, I want him to
see a memorable drive.
And that's why I think the ending was just kind of a little off for me, because I just felt like Burrow driving him down for a touchdown or an Evan McPherson field goal was just going to happen.
Yep.
And it sucks that the playoffs just had like last second field goal, last second field goal, last second field goal. And the Super Bowl was perfectly set up for that, to go to OT, and it didn't.
Yep.
Still a great game and everything, but...
Oh, that drive by, I don't know, it was 15 plays, 79 yards. That was a great drive.
And that's what I thought would have won him the MVP.
Again, we thought, that's okay. Good, fun Super Bowl. Now we can focus on
NFL.
NBA, baseball. I don't know, maybe there'll be spring training for 4 days.
Pitchers and catchers were supposed to report like yesterday.
Oh.
I read that. That was sad.
That's sad.
MLB sucks.
Crap! Get your crap together, man. The Tigers need this time.
So before we transition to
NBA,
I would like you to tell the people and me the story about your air fryer mishap. So give a little context, because I don't know a ton.
Okay, so Valentine's is hard.
Good start. This is really
First of all, like Valentine's Day is actually amateur night, right? It's like the people that are dating for months or been married for I've been married for 14 weeks or something. So it's amateur night. But you still kind of get something. So Daniela, who is my wife and Isaac's mom, got me like some funny, weird ramen takeout from Guelph that was actually really good and tasteful and a good creative gift. So we talked about getting an air fryer a little while ago. So I went and poked around to a couple different stores looking for an air fryer. And this is outside of my comfort zone. One, because I've never used an air fryer. I don't really know what it is. I think it's like a little convection oven, essentially. But anyway, so I went to a couple places, didn't find Best Buy. Did a little bit of research. Okay, Ninja air fryer, pretty good. So I went in, talked to the one dude who was actually very helpful, brother. And then he brings me over to Carlos. Carlos was easy $4 for fun, $4, and not really talking very much.
Dude, what if Carlos is listening right now?
Carlos is not listening because guess what? You know what kind of stuff he listens to? Gaming and food.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No,
No
but those are the
disrespect.
only two things in his
That's
life.
all right.
Gaming food. So Carlos, I explained to him. Actually, they didn't have any more of the Ninja air fryers
Yeah.
on the shelf, so we had to go and
Ordered
go
from
to
the
Carlos
kiosk,
and
right?
or it wasn't the kiosk, the French kiosk at the
Yeah.
at the back.
Maybe just call it the kiosk.
So all right,
In the business.
so in business, so I go and I talk to Carlos. Dude had set me up. Okay, boom. I'm gonna pay. It'll be ready. Should be delivered to you on the 15th to the 16th. I give Carlos my email address. I pay for it, and I look at the bill, and it's just like Ninja, and then some secret code.
No. It had words on it, did it not?
No, it did not.
Okay.
I don't have my wallet, but did not have words.
All right.
So I'm supposed to get an email when it's delivered.
Okay.
I did not get an email when it's delivered, so it gets delivered yesterday, and Daniela says, so I think...
This is where I'm going to jump in.
Yeah.
So I knew there was talks of an air fryer. I was cool with it. I was home when it came. Like
I think I told you it was coming.
Yeah. So I go up and I bring the box, and it's a pretty big box. And then I read on the box, it's like, what, can you say the term? What was it?
Air fryer. No, it was...
What you ordered.
I intended to order an
like a
air fryer,
Food
but
condenser.
Fat Carlos ordered me a bomb.
No,
No, that's what the people use to blow things up, like a pressure cooker.
Pressure cooker.
Yeah.
So I look on the box and it says pressure cooker. And I'm like, air fryer, pressure cooker, kind of could be the same.
Yeah. No, that's what people do to like blow up places. They put
Pressure
like,
cookers.
Yeah.
Okay. So I see this. I'm like, okay, whatever. Maybe this is just what they call air fryers. So, and then I'm like, hey, Mom, like, what's the word with this? So that's where you can take over.
So obviously it was wrong. So I was wrong. So then I had to like sheepishly put it back in my car. Went there today after work. Returned the air fryer. The woman says, "Oh, is there something wrong with it?" And I said, "No, I'm just dumb. I didn't blame Carlos because I don't know, maybe she's Carlos's girlfriend or something." But Kathy at Best Buy was actually super nice. So I've got the bill, so I'm going to send out a nice little survey for her.
Nice.
She gave me full credit. And we're going to go air fryer shopping.
So
What's the moral of the story? Just get Alex to order that stuff.
or look it up, dude. Look up like air fryer, and just like I don't know how you mix that up. I really don't understand it.
I don't think it's my mistake. I think it's Fat Carlos's mistake.
But you should have been like, hey, dude, that says pressure cooker. Like when you're looking at the product, or did he just buy it? You said take my credit card and buy me.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's on you then.
I do have a degree of trust with the people that are in the store. So I go to a restaurant and like, what's the best thing on the menu? Order it.
Sure.
I should not have trusted Fat Carlo. That was my mistake.
I just wanted that because I didn't really know all the details. So I just wanted to. I think you spent like 5 minutes on that or 4 minutes. I'm totally cool with that. And so that's Teen Town Nation. I just wanted you to know. Like,
Listen, the effort was there. The intention to be good was there. Fat Carlos, up yours.
dude.
Fat Carlos, I don't like him.
Okay, NBA trade
Fat
deadline.
Carlos used to live across the street from us.
Stop. NBA trade deadline.
So Fat Carlos, that was
dude,
the story.
I'm moving on before I mute the
What
mic.
about
I don't even entirely
What about
know how.
Nina the mom?
Alrighty.
Oh my god.
You got to stop.
Okay.
23-15 trade deadline go.
Okay. Harden for Simmons. It happened.
We starting with this?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Harden's not playing because he hurt his vagina. Simmons is not playing because of, I don't know, mental health stuff. I don't exactly know. Getting in game shape.
I'm just going to jump in. Ben Simmons seems to be cured from mental health because he was at practice and he's playing soon. So,
But I heard he's not playing until like March 10th when they play Philly or something.
all I know is the flight from Philadelphia to Brooklyn seemed to cure Ben Simmons.
Like, mental health is a real thing, but I just don't think that was relevant for Ben Simmons.
I just hate how they put that headline in. I hate how they
like
said
when
Ben
Steve
Simmons.
Sachs lost the ability to throw the ball from second to first, he
was
got
the
the
yips,
yips.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Now, is that mental health? Maybe.
All I know
he's
is
an
that
athlete. He
Ben Simmons
Shaq
is
missed
soft.
free throws. Ben Simmons is soft.
Who wins the trade? I think it's very clear who wins. I think you can argue both teams win.
Ooh, I don't know. I need to see how they perform in the playoffs.
Philly wins more, 100%.
What's the long? Okay, Philly wins more.
Yes.
You're assuming Harden is going to re-up with Philly. He says yes, but he might not.
Okay.
What if he goes on cheeseburger diet again?
So here's why Philly wins. There's a lot of reasons. One, people aren't talking about this. They got Paul Millsap.
Yeah, Paul Millsap 2 years ago was really good.
And he's going to be a good rotational
Yeah, he's
big
good
for them in the
for-
playoffs. So I just want to get that
Can he
out.
play small ball 5?
Yeah, I just want to show my guy Paul some love.
Yeah.
the other thing. Harden. I know he hasn't been great this year. He is a top 10 scorer in league history. He's extremely talented. Yep. Things weren't working in Brooklyn. I think him and Embiid is just going to be super entertaining offensively.
I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. And listen, they still got Tobias. They still got Maxey. They still got.
They gave up Drummond. So that has to be a pro for Philly. And they gave up 2 firsts, and I don't care about basketball firsts. It's a late first.
Basketball first when you're picking 28th.
Basketball firsts don't usually mean much for a contending team.
Yep.
So that's why I'm not
every now and then you can roll the dice and get a good one, but you almost have the same luck as picking up a good guy at 28 as you do at 36.
And Philly somehow kept Tyrese Maxey, who's been awesome this year. Like he's averaging 18 a game or something.
Oh, listen, they're solid. Philly, Brooklyn plays. Who wins?
Philly.
I agree. And also, Irving's not playing for 2 or 3 or 4 of those games.
The reason why Philly is not losing to Brooklyn is the same reason that one of the same reasons I've never bought into Brooklyn. They do not have a guy that they can put on Embiid/Giannis.
Yep. Drummond? Oh my God. When Drummond played for Detroit, Embiid was so in his head.
A light 30 and 20, without trying for Embiid.
And laughed at him all night long.
And Blake Griffin can't check.
And listen, KD is awesome. One of the best scoring forwards in NBA history. He can't do it alone.
Simmons,
Kyrie, you can't count on. Simmons,
KD's
defense.
KD's the second best scorer in league history, I think. I think it's probably Mike and then him. Kareem's right up there, I think. Shaq is up there.
The Wilt guy could score a little bit.
Yeah, against me and you, but I agree. Wilt could.
Yeah. Anyway, it'd be very interesting.
I'm very glad it happened.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
become April, May. They become really enjoyable to watch. Listen, I still think the Bucks are better than both of them. Mm-hmm. If Miami is healthy, better than both of them.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't think Chicago has the guys to run with them.
I don't think so. And Chicago was quiet at the deadline, which was surprising.
They threw all the cards in for last offseason.
I thought they would try to make a move and go after a Grant, but
so the funny thing is Harden wanted to get out of Jersey, but he was worried about his reputation.
What a great shout out Woj. That's such a good headline.
That's a great.
For those who haven't seen it, Woj literally was reporting Harden wants out but doesn't want to face backlash from wanting out.
So Harden with the NBA, so the All-Star draft, what they do is they had KD and LBJ picking the teams, and it was funny.
It was 3 hours after the trade. And then, obviously, KD didn't draft Harden, and he fell to LeBron. And LeBron actually handled it very, LeBron was laughing and was not a robot.
Yeah, Gobert, that was funny, too.
No one wants Gobert or Harden, right? Gobert is just going to give you COVID, and Harden is just going to steal your food and maybe be mean to you.
Yeah.
So, I agree, that was
very funny. Very funny. A couple other trade deadline stuff.
Actually, could I say the trade? Because I noted a few, and then you can just say your poor takes. Cavs.
4 takes? Yeah, 4 takes.
No, your poor takes. Cavs got
pretty
Caris
amazing.
Lavert. Cavs got Caris Lavert and a second rounder. Pacers got Ricky Rubio and a first. Thoughts?
Listen, I know Caris Lavert has had a couple injuries in the career. He had injuries, was bad, then was really good, got injured again. I'm a Caris Lavert fan, and I think he helps Cleveland. Again, I think Cleveland's a little bit like the Bengals. They're just peaking a little bit too early.
That's a very good take.
They're not. Well, I put a lot of time and effort. I thought about it in the last 8 seconds. But I think he helps them. How long is he with them for this year and next year?
I think they've got the rest of this year and then next year.
Next year, I don't like Cleveland's going to be tough.
I really think this is a great trade for Cleveland. Yep. I thought they didn't give up much to get a very good score.
Yeah, no, I guess they're worried about injury. I love
this for Cleveland. I really do.
I think it's good. Cleveland has put together a really good, likable team.
Super likable, which is good because a few years ago I didn't really like Cleveland. No. Okay, so next, the Kings trade. Kings got Sabonis and some scrubs, and the Pacers got Haliburton, Buddy Hield, and Tristan Thompson.
Yeah, so Haliburton and Buddy Hield are good. Now, I like Sabonis. He's solid. It's a question of, some of his stats are empty. It's hard to say. I was a little surprised that Haliburton was traded.
Generally, in a trade, I am on the side of if you receive the best player, you win the trade. Right? The Sixers got the best player. The Cavs got
this
the
year,
best
player.
Yes. Yep. In this in this Kings Pacers trade, where the Pacers got Haliburton and the Kings got Sabonis. I think today Sabonis is better.
Yep.
But I actually think the Pacers win this trade for sure.
I agree with you. Good take.
Yep. Haliburton's actually been awesome this year. He hasn't been talked about him a ton because he's in Sacramento. He wrote a really good article about, he wrote it after he got traded and was like...
Haliburton?
Yeah, and it was like, from 30 seconds, I went to thinking I'm spending the next 15 years of my life in Sacramento to getting on a plane, pretty much. And it's really well written. I'll send it to you. It's
Please
great.
don't. I want to read it.
He really embraced Sacramento and said, I want to be there, Chris Webber and that kind of thing. I just don't understand what the Kings are doing.
The Kings are kind of like the Lions, NBA.
Yeah.
They've been poorly managed forever. They've had some talent, but have never really put it together. The best talent they had was Weber, Peja Stojakovic, Vlade Divac. They were
right?
pretty good. What's that?
White chocolate.
Yeah, he was a little bit, not exactly the overlap that they were good. I think that was just a little bit before. Yeah. And they lost to Kobe and Shaq.
And the rigged finals, yes. I remember that.
Yep.
Look,
Sacramento just can't seem to do right.
No, Sacramento, with this trade, it shows me that they are really contending for the 11 seed in the West. That's what it's like. It's like they really want to get the 11 seed this playoffs, and that's it. Maybe the 10 seed next year. I don't get it. Fox and Sabonis is cool, but you're not winning a whole lot with Fox and Sabonis, respectfully. So goofy trade. This one's also goofy. Pelicans Blazers trade.
I don't understand that at all.
So the Pelicans get CJ McCollum and Larry Nance. The Blazers get Josh Hart, Satoransky, Alexander Walker in 2 seconds.
Portland obviously decided to kind of give up, but not rebuild, reload. But they didn't get a lot for him. Like, CJ's pretty good, right?
The thing is, so this trade is kind of weird. It's like, you give up a very good scorer, CJ McCollum.
Like, he's 20 plus points 7 years in a row, I think.
Yeah, and they just got guys. Right? Like, they just got guys. And then the report was, they're trying to clear all of their cap for Dame. To completely rebuild again with Dame. Dame's like 31 or 30, right?
I think he's 31.
So I just don't understand if they're like, let's do this. And you don't have a ton of years to mess around with. And Dame hasn't been great while he was healthy this year.
I'm going to piggyback on that because it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Dallas... Washington trade. Obviously,
next.
They got rid of the unicorn, picked up Dinwiddie. It seemed to be, from a talent-wise, Dallas probably gave up a little more than they received. But it sounds like it was a bit of a chemistry thing for both teams. I didn't know Washington had such bad chemistry, but as soon as that came out, as soon as the trade came out, there was a lot of rumors
we're talking about a different trade.
No, I'm talking about a different trade, but I'm talking about, I think some of these teams are making trades because they're hoping the chemistry and the balance on their team is better.
Do you know how I talked about the Kings are contending for the 11 seed and the 10 seed?
Yeah.
This Blazers Pelicans trade is like, they're both contending for that seed now.
Yep, exactly.
They're both, they might get the 11 seed. Don't get it.
Zion news today. Did you hear that?
Yeah, likely.
So he might have to get another foot surgery again. And even if he doesn't, the fact that they're considering foot surgery means he's lots of weeks away. Well, again, that brings you to mid to end of March.
No more. It's just making me sad.
Stop.
Enough Zion.
Yeah, he was so good. He was so good. He's up on the cheeseburgers. And, the problem is he can't lose weight because he's not been able to work out. You know what? Swim.
We're not talking about
Go
Zion.
for a bike ride.
I'm just when we finish, I'm just going to pull up the Zion opener where he hit 4 threes and took over the city of New Orleans. That was awesome.
Awesome. The point Zion.
Mavs trade.
I don't get it.
So, Mavs got Dinwiddie and Bertans. The Wizards got Porzingis in a second. So, we are astute NBA folk. We're very intelligent. We're very well versed. We have many sources. And the fact that we don't understand most of these trades.
Yep.
Are we that dumb?
Woj still doesn't get it.
Woj doesn't. I don't understand. So, the Mavs got Dinwiddie, who's been terrible this year. Damas Bertans, who's maybe the most overrated, overpaid NBA player. He's
poop. He's the 9th guy on a 7 seed.
The next 3 years, it's 3 years, $42 million.
Oh my God,
it's unbelievable. And the Wizard, look, I think.
So are you bringing Luka in on that conversation? I hope you are.
What?
On the trade.
What about it?
Well, are they going? Hey, listen, we're thinking about getting rid of the unicorn.
Does Luka know? Yeah, Luka must know.
He must be. I don't think he seems to be the guy like a LeBron who's going to demand a trade. But
Luka?
Yes.
Yeah, Luka's not gonna. GM
No, I think
team.
he's more respectful than that. But
Yeah.
he has to have a seat at the table.
Oh, obviously, and for the Wizard, right? They gave up a couple bombs. Like, Porzingis. I don't really think that's a bad. They didn't give up much. He still got some potential. I like Porzingis. I'm a Porzingis guy, so I think the Wiz win. I don't know what the Mavs were doing. It does scare me. I don't know. Like,
Now Dallas has nobody to defend the rim, right? Like everybody can kind of drive
understand.
at will. It's weird.
It's
We watched Luka the other day. Man, he was so good.
He was so good.
So good.
And this is the.
Did he score 30 points in the first quarter or something like
I
that?
think 30 in the first.
Crazy.
So this is the Pistons trade.
Yes. I had the Pistons trade last to talk about.
Okay, we can talk about. You want to talk about it last? No, we're talking about it now.
Talking about it right now. So they picked up Marvin Bagley, right? Low risk, decent return. I loved it when I first heard about the Pistons picking up Bagley, but now that I've heard a little bit more about it, I like it.
Oh, I'm still loving it.
I don't love it anymore.
I'm high
right? They
on
gave up 2 role players, 2 second-round picks that are not their own. So, again, they didn't give up much. Bagley is a free agent in 3 months.
He's re-upping.
I would hope so. It's going to free up, give a few more minutes to Hami, which we love, because obviously they got rid of Trey Lyles and
Josh
Lyles
Jackson.
And Josh Jackson. You liked him more than I
used
did.
to. I just
Man, he
was hard.
Pass the ball, Josh. Pass the ball. He's a Detroit guy. He's heart and soul, but not very good. Anyway, so Marvin Bagley has some skills. He was the number 2 pick.
He's
in
better
the draft.
than Luka. I'm pretty sure.
Better than Luka. Better than Trae Young because he was picked second.
Wasn't Josh Jackson also in this? Are we just going to go through guys that have been busts in that Luka Trae Young trade or
No.
that draft? Because I think Bagley.
But it's going to be interesting to see. You hope that Bagley has a good time in Detroit, and then they pick him up, and Bagley becomes your first big off the bench on a good team.
I really like watching him play.
Yep. He showed some stuff. I don't know if he's doing anything tonight.
A big skinny dude with a hook shot.
Yep, left-hander.
I see Kareem.
He needs to work on his outside jump shot a little bit more, but the Pistons what have they done? They've gone after kind of reclamation projects that have maybe drafted high, have potential, but haven't worked out well. And it's generally worked out okay. They seems to have some potential with guys. And this is another time where, hey, let's hope it works out.
Before we wrap things up, Hornets-Montrez trade. Hornets got Montrezl Harrell. Wizards got Ish Smith and Vernon Carey Jr. Again, what's Washington doing here? The Porzingis trade, I get. This one, you got Ish Smith and Vernon Carey Jr.
And we like Ish. He was a good backup for the Pistons, but
I don't know. This is another
I don't
trade
get it either.
That doesn't make sense.
No.
The Celtics gave up everything to get Derek White. Goofy.
Can I give you a Pistons update?
Briefly.
Okay, so this is Wednesday night. We're recording this. It's 112 Pistons, 111 Celtics. So, spoiler alert, if you're a Pistons fan and you're recording the Pistons game, make sure you finish watching the Pistons game before you watch the end of this. Cade Cunningham, 20 points, 8 boards, 6 times, Rookie of the Year.
I boycotted the game because he got 2 fouls in the first minute, and one of them was fake, so I boycotted.
Grant's got 24 points, Bay's got 20 points, then Bagley.
Okay, so while you look at the box score, I'm just talking to people.
Sure, 6 points, 6 boards, not so good.
So the Clippers got Norman Powell, Robert Covington. Blazers got some scrubs. This is another Blazers. What are you doing? Do you just want to get nobody around Dame so he can GM the team? Because that goes well, as we saw with the Lakers.
They don't have that much money off season. I don't know what they're attempting to do.
And his Freedom got traded. Shout out Freedom.
Who's that?
Ennis Cantor.
Oh, yes, okay.
Yeah, he's Ennis Freedom.
No, we like him. He's the guy who got beat up by the
his name
Turkish
is
dictator.
Ennis Freedom, and that's funny.
Did he really change his name?
We talked about this, I'm pretty sure, on the podcast. The Celtics got...
That rings a bell.
If I say the Celtics got the neo-Nazi, what does that mean?
Tias?
Yeah, Tice.
Yeah.
That's not racist if it's true. He
Not
actually
racist
is.
if it's true. He's German. He's got all the tats. He's brush cut.
If you've seen American History X and Ed Norton, Daniel Tice
Yeah.
is for sure boys with Ed Norton from American History X.
100% sidewalk dude.
Like sidewalk dude. Boys.
Yeah, he's a sidewalk dude.
Okay, you have anything to finish with?
We're going to 2 Pistons games next week.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, and are we allowed to say it out loud that we kind of like to watch Cade play?
Who? I really like Kate Cunningham.
Yeah. Like, we haven't been able to see him play.
No. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
It's meant to be.
If Kate's sitting out, then he's sitting out for us. It's okay.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway, thanks very much for tuning in to episode number 53.
Thanks,
Suit
everybody.
jackets might be a bit of a thing.
Might be. I
Might
think
be a bit
that's
of
the
a
wave
thing.
now.
Yeah, it's the new wave.
New wave.
Peace out. Sweatshirts, suit jackets. Super cool. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Next week I'm doing that.